Okay. Period. Okay. Now we let me go back. Hold on, y'all. Okay, let me get my slides together. Okay, so yesterday, well, not yesterday, last week we went over. That was the first part of our workflow Wednesday series or whatever. So for the people that's new, we go live or do a Zoom at least 2 to 3 times a week. I can't do every day, even though we got different days in the group. I just can't do every day. But we'll have different time for sure. I always want to do Wednesdays. If I don't do nothing else, I'm gonna do that marketing Monday and the workflow Wednesdays. Those are like the key components that I feel like everybody needs, no matter where you are, no matter what part you are in your journey. You need some marketing and you need some good workflows. Point blank, period. Good practices, good things to have. So that's what we go over on these days. If you're just new for the first time, let me know if y'all just not coming on here for the first time. Let me know. I see a lot, like I said, I see a lot of new faces, but I see a lot of my old heads and here, my old co-workers. Okay, new. Let me share the screen. So every day, so I like somebody told me, girl, you coaching the whole industry. I'm like, that's a lot. I don't want to say that, but when I think about it, that's basically what it is. So if you tune in, if you show up, you literally have a whole coaching program. This is literally what it is: marketing and growth, really. Because every Monday you have some sort of task, pretty much every day, but for sure, every actionable task that you can do, for sure it's gonna be Monday, and for sure it's gonna be Wednesday. So last week we went over workflow. That was our first thing, and it was foundation. So we went over our framework. If you don't know what framework is, I highly recommend. This stuff is flying all across the screen, y'all. Hold on. It's so many different tabs Zoom be had going on. Did I just end my oh God. Hold on, y'all. Zoom just ended my thing. I closed out one tab and it ended out. It deleted the whole damn Google Chrome. Anyway, so your framework is the groundwork of your business. So a lot of people, myself included, like I didn't know what that was, but I really found out how effective and how needed that stuff is, like to know exactly what's going on with your business, knowing exactly what it is that you offer, how many what type of products you're gonna have, what type of services you're gonna have, how much your pricing is, what you're gonna charge for this, what you're gonna charge for that. So looking over that framework, I saw a lot of people was completing their homework last week. So y'all let me know in the chat, or you can me real quick. But let me know, how was that going for you? Did you complete it? Like, did you go through that workbook and actually see what your framework was, like what services you're gonna offer at your core? Because y'all know on Thursdays we go over new things that you can add to your business. But at the base of it, I know tax prep is what more than likely everybody on here is gonna offer. But other stuff, like what other core things are you gonna offer? Now I know there was a lot to go over that back office stuff and getting that framework. Sometimes that takes time. That shit takes time, especially when you have to kind of relearn or break your business down. Well, just when you think you got it all together, here comes somebody telling you, bitch, you got to go get a framework. Well, what is that? You get what I'm saying? So doing that, you might have to like think about it a little bit and see. But once you get it done, you're gonna see exactly how effective it's gonna be for your next year. Like we look, good planners think ahead, good business owners think ahead. So next year you'll be able to see exactly what's making you money, exactly where you need to put more money into or take money away. Like last year for me, like, and I ain't gonna go all into framework no more. Y'all can watch the YouTube video with the replay. But last year, when I actually broke down my KPIs, and it was actually in the height of this season, like during February when I signed up for my coaching program, and it started right then and there. So I'm breaking down them damn KPIs and looking at that stuff. I'm like, man, I spent a lot of money on stuff that really didn't make me money. It was good for brand awareness, but it didn't make me money. I could have put it into other avenues, and my biggest earner was going live. Like from in my tax company was just going live. So I could have invested the money I spent on other stuff that I was doing. I could have spent that on getting actually going doing production, actually going and doing more lives every week, scheduling, making them good, like investing into an actual production type of thing, going on sets, going doing this, because I did it from my house, I did it from wherever I was. But at the same time, if I had did it more consistently, then I could have got more clients. You get what I'm saying? But so that's the thing about the framework, is to look and see what's working for you and actually see what it is that you're going to be offering. And so Because a lot of times we pick the softwares first. We pick even with our tax software, we just go pick it just based on what's cheapest, what everybody else is offering, whatever. Instead of just looking and seeing what we need for real. So this is what we're doing. We're changing the narrative. Like, even for me, y'all know I gave y'all an example last week. Like, I used to offer the Sweet Dash build outs. A lot of the people that I offered it for don't even know how to use it. So it's just like, I can make money in other areas. I don't have to make money just by doing that type of stuff, because I got more than one streams of income through everything that I do. So I don't have to do that if it's not working for my people. And that's what made me think, I'm like, you know what, Raven? We got to break this shit down from the beginning, because picking a system is like the third and fourth step, as opposed to just starting that first and then figuring it out. So that's what we're doing, y'all. Let me go through the comments real quick. Still working on I love it, period, Shelby. I need that, hey, do this and get this type of program, period. Still working on it, Mariah. I love Mariah. Like, I don't know you personally, but I love that name. Like, I watch what it is, Married to Medicine. I love her. But those who miss, can we get access to that? Yes, it's on YouTube. I was real confused because I only have my software, CRM, and website. I'm not spending much. That's cool though. That's cool though. It's good that you're not spending much on it, on the systems or whatever. Let me see. I have my software. So elaborate on it real quick so I can make sure I'm understanding exactly what you're trying to say. But being like spending a lot of money on systems and stuff, some people do, y'all. I swear to God, some people do. And it may not be a whole lot if you got a lot of clients, to make up for. That's like a drop in the bucket. But just think about like some people that only have, let's say, like 10 to 15 clients, and they getting all these high tech systems, they getting all this stuff, and it may not be effective for them. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's how a lot of people end up spending again, like that buyer's remorse on stuff. So today we're gonna go over just a quickly intro. I just did that, and the overall last week, which kind of like did that, so we'll go over that in just a second. The parts of the tax prep workflow, and today we're really just going over intake, y'all. The tax prep workflow is and you'll see in the workbook, if you got the workbook, you saw like how many steps involved in it. You got your intake, your onboarding / intake. You got your the actual the interview part where you're doing your due diligence. You got the part where you're actually doing the data entry and the tax prep. Then you got the part where you got to review it with your client. Then you got the part where you got to get the signatures. Then you got to get the part where you actually got to send the return. And, it's 3 different ways that can go. It can get accepted, it can get rejected, and it can fail. Failing means that it's something, there's a fatal error there that you cannot do. For example, if a person already got filed, that's a failed return because that person has already got filed. It ain't going nowhere unless you do the paper return. You get what I'm saying? So that's the part. Then you got the funding process. Then you got, if you're going doing bank products, you got the bank process. So this whole part is a workflow, and intake is your most important part. So that's what we're gonna dial into today. We're gonna just stick solely on intake. When I was in the system part of workbook and count up my M and Smith, I feel like I was missing something. That's good though. Count yourself blessed, baby, because at the end of the day, some people be spending a lot. And when you think about systems, okay, think about, that's why I was trying to explain it to y'all like in this way, because I thought about that too. Like, I got my software, I got my CRM, I got my what do you call it? I got my software, I got my CRM, and that's pretty much what all I thought about, right? But then you also, how do you communicate with your clients? Do you pay for email marketing? If you got a CRM, you probably don't. But here I go. I did. You know what I'm saying? So I had and in fact, I was paying for MailChimp and Constant Contact, real crazy. Paying for both of those. Phone systems. I got Sideline on the phone. I got a business line that I'm paying for. I also got what the other, Sideline and business phone. So that was actually a system because it all works together. It's communication. It's not just, just intake is one thing, but communication. Then you think about Canva. Canva is a system because in order for me to get my CRM branded, or in order for me to get this, I have to pay for Canva, pay for Canva Pro. So all of that is a system or application that goes into your entire company and not just like your workflow. So all of that stuff needs to be put on there. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of those systems you can probably consolidate. Like, if you got a CRM, you noticing like, I can send emails directly from my CRM. Why should I have to pay for Constant Contact and MailChimp if it's not something that is a user issue that I can't hack it on this CRM, but I can definitely use MailChimp and go on about my day. You get what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how I was kind of trying to explain to y'all to break it down. Whatever you use in your day-to-day, or whatever you use, whether you use it one time that season or whether it only serves one function, put it on there. Now, the making it work for you. So we'll go over like how to make that each of these systems or each of these processes, I'll say, work for you, because yes, you can have more than one workflow, and then more so focuses on those people that have brick and mortars. If you have if you have a tax company that is they can go in and knock in, they can walk in and go into like an actual tax office physical location. You definitely can have more than one workflow, and that's where things get kind of tricky at for a lot of my business owners that have physical locations, because it's like I got the people coming in from online, I got walk-ins, I got people trying to make appointments. How am I gonna make this all work together? So that's what we're gonna be going over today, and I'll give y'all a few like best practices, and then we can give y'all the homework for the week, and then we can have open conversation, okay? Just to kind of talk about it, because this process is gonna be your this is the most important part of your whole business right now. Like outside of marketing, this is the most important part, intake, because at the end of the day, that has to be a system that can be duplicated over and over again in the same way, no matter which way it goes. It can, unless it's some issue with the client side, but from your process, it needs to be seamless to the point where you can hit it the same way each time, because that's how you'll be able to train a team if you're going to do it. And if you need to say, hey, I need a VA, like I need somebody to help me, I got these big goals to get 1,000 clients, how am I going to do all these people if I got people emailing me over here, I got people texting me over here, I got people doing this over there? Like it's gonna be chaos, and you might lose people along the way. And it also needs to be delegated just in case you can't do it. Like if you cannot do it, if you physically cannot do it, meaning Lord forbid something happens, right? And this your primary money maker, this your bread and butter. How are you gonna get somebody to do this for you or do this on your behalf if they don't know which way to go? They're not you. They can't say, "Oh, well, this how I work." Because I had that bad. Like I can have people coming in from different areas. Like I got people emailing me stuff, I got people DMing me stuff, and I'm able to keep up with it. But if I have to, and this is the roadblock that I was facing every time, if I'm sitting here and say, "Oh, damn, I need some help," and here it is, I got my sister, my right hand, be like, "Yeah, I can help you. Tell me what you need help with." And when she's sitting in front of me, it still ain't getting no help because I can't even begin to tell you what my process is. Only I know that. It's a crazy ass process, and nobody can do it but me. And that's where I was losing a lot of clients. Yeah, I found a lot of clients, but I lost a lot of them too. They couldn't wait. Some of them get lost in the damn chat. Like every time the people email, sending DMs, sending messages. Yeah, I just go back. This is like right before during COVID. Like in that area, I had to get that shit together because I was losing so many clients. Like I got a lot of clients sure enough, but I was losing them too because I did not have that system. So that's important. Do that sound like anybody on here? Y'all can be real with me, baby. I'm gonna tell you, like you be real with each other. This is a safe space. Do that sound like you right now in this moment? Do that sound like you? Even if you got your job form, even if you got your, your Cognito, your CRM, do you got a system or do you have something available that somebody can say that you can say, here, girl, I'm going to Atlanta for the week. I need you to run my office. If it's virtual, I need you to run my office. Okay, cool. I can do it. How much you gonna pay me? Should I pay you 5,000? I'm desperate. I need to go out of town. Okay, cool. Here go 5,000. Now you miss your clients. Okay, so what I need to do, here go the girl that need the money, want the money real bad, telling you, how can I help you? And you can't even get the help because you don't even know how to help your damn self. So now you're stuck. This is what, and it seemed like as soon as you be ready, like I need some help, you be grasping for straws. Like I'm talking about grasping for air. And it's like you still gotta get up in there and do it because you can't, like, who is gonna do it if you don't have no system? So that's what we're going over today, y'all. Like to get that process done and the homework. I'm gonna give y'all a sneak peek. So the homework, what I need you to do is, I don't know if you gotta get on Canva. I don't know if you gotta get on Zoom. Once you develop your workflow and like if you already got one that's whipped into shape, right? Let's start there. If you already got one that you know you're gonna be using job form, shout out to Shug. She did an amazing job on that job form class. I saw a lot of y'all on there. So a shout out to y'all. I know y'all like, yep, I'm gonna get this together. So if you already got that process, your job is to now create an SOP for that process. You're gonna simulate a full intake process. So like that means you're gonna get on Zoom and you're gonna record. Ain't nobody gonna be on there but you. And you're gonna record a process of a client actually filling out your process, filling out your text, your intake form, going from beginning to end. With obviously you can be real information, whatever. Like don't do real information. Do like just a mock return, right? Use one of them. I gave y'all a whole MRR library full of mock returns. Use that, okay? simulate that process from the client side. Once you're done, once you click submit and sign it, you're going to stop the recording and you're going to download it, you're going to save it. And that's going to be client intake process. That way, if a client has an issue, and I'm jumping so ahead of myself, let me go back, y'all, okay? So, the overview of last week, this is what, by this week, you should have the list of core services and offering, what you're going to be offering. And pretty much 99.9% of people on here is going to be tax prep. That's your core service, okay? And offering, but more can be added later. Pricing for those services. So whatever you're going to be pricing, like whatever you're going to be charging your people, you need to have that available ready. Also, one second, y'all, hold on. This is my kid's school. Okay, yeah. In understanding of intake prep process. So you need to have in the tax prep process. So obviously, if you hear, you got to understand of that process, and especially if you've been doing taxes. So, but let me know right now if anybody got any questions on anything from last week, anything that we can go over, and possibly if we get done with this in time, I can do a breakout session with y'all if you still need a little help with the framework. That's cool. Or if not the breakout session, then I definitely can hop on again with y'all on Sunday and we can further that conversation there. So let me know if y'all still need a little bit help with framework, because I don't want to be moving along and people still stuck on the first step. So y'all let me know, and then based on if we got time left, then we'll go over it today. If not, then we'll do that for Sunday. So the tax prep process involves a combination of these steps. So you got your method of intake. That is how you're going to be getting that information. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna get y'all together. So the method of intake is how you're going to be getting it. And it's like several different ways that you can do it. One of the ways that you can do it is in person on paper, which means that I print out my forms, you sit there and fill them out with your pen, you give them to me. In person electronically, meaning everybody goes through this job form. I don't care. Everybody going through this job form. I got tablets in here. I got iPads in here. You can just scan the QR code and do it on your phone. Like that's and it can still be done in person. You come sit in my chair once you submit your documents. That's a method of intake. CRM, that's a method of intake. Job form, Cognito form, that's a method of intake. Or some people, while it's not as efficient for a higher volume offices and scaling, some people send the people the PDF forms. The people print them out and do it. That's a little antiquated, but people still do it, and I'm not knocking it. That's just their process. They'll send them the PDF. The client will either print them out or mark them up or whatever they need to do and email them back. That's the process. Okay, so that's the method of intake. Period. Everybody got to go through the link. The engagement will actually be like that signing of the engagement letter, because if you do not have an engagement letter, I just gave y'all a whole free forms. I think it was like about 10 clauses you can use, and you can edit that. It's also like you can edit it to fit your company. Okay, like those were basically, they're free. They're still on my site. Y'all can go grab them. Somebody feels so gracious and so kind, y'all can drop the link. But it's $0. You go get it. You don't have to pay for that type of stuff no more. Like times have changed. This information is readily available. So go grab it. Data collection is how you're actually collecting that data from your client. And like I said, all that is based on that method of intake. So everything starts from the entry level. So now we're sending this client through what we call a pipeline. We're sending this client through a pipeline, and there may be multiple. So when y'all see these terms being put out in these different groups and in the industry, they're going through a pipeline or a workflow. And this could definitely be a funnel as well. Sales on taxes is a sales position. I'm so sorry to break it to you, but you are in direct sales. Sorry, like you really are. So what that means is that you have to make sure that you're able to get them from that point A, which is intake, all the way up until point Z, and that's funding. Okay, so that is the pipeline that it has to go through. And honestly, it's from lead generation. That's the top, like getting people to click that link, getting people to come in that office, getting people to come across your CRM or download your whatever method of intake that is gonna be. That's the top. You might get 1,000 people there, but only 300 will click the link. You might get 1,000 people that see your ad. Look at your analytics. A lot of y'all are professional mode. If you're not in professional mode, even if you don't have no sense or no, I guess no sense, but if you ain't got no desire to be a content creator, if you don't have no desire to do the monetization and getting all those bonuses, still put your page in professional mode. As a business owner, that's the cheat code. to be able to see what type of content is working for you. You don't have to be worried about getting paid from it. I don't get paid a dime on their crumbs, baby, $1 or something. Or just on reels. I don't get paid for my posts on Facebook. So the things that you see me posting, those threads and all that stuff, that's just for edutainment, like entertaining content that's teaching you as well. I don't get paid off of that stuff. Okay. So, and I put my page in professional mode so that I can see my analytics so I can keep doing what's working and what's reaching the people. Okay. So that engagement is that process, like signing that engagement letter, that whole thing is a part of your intake process. Data collection, interview, and your questionnaire. Now, some people do this in person, some people do it over the phone, or some people just put it right on that intake form. Answer these questions. You say you self-employed, boom, self-employed questions gonna pop up. You say you what else? You say you had dependents, the dependents information is gonna pop up. Those questions that we need to ask you is gonna pop up. And if you don't answer them to the best of your ability or as much as I need to get that information, then I can give you a call. But a lot of people answer them very well, especially if you set that tone. That's the thing. Like, everybody needs to be told what to do. No matter how many people say, I don't need nobody tell me nothing what to do. Yes, you do. People need to be told what to do. That's what call to action is for in marketing. That's what it is in business. Like, you have to set the tone for your business. Clients, listen, I need y'all to put this in the chat right now. The client does not run my business. Okay, no matter how much you feel like, oh, they're not gonna do it. Yes, they are. If they want to file with you, yes, they are. Yes, they will. It might be a learning curve, but just like how we had to go from with our kids, we had to teach them now from paper and pencil. Now they sitting home iPads and Chromebooks. So what we're gonna say? Well, I ain't doing this. Hell no, they fell in formation. We as parents, yeah, it might be some pushback, but how many people just withdrew their kids from school just because they feel like a damn Chromebook wasn't gonna teach them, or they not gonna be able to learn on a Chromebook? Not me. You know what I'm saying? I was confused about it at first, but definitely not me. We had to, everything has to be adaptable. We're in a society where things are it's digitized. Now, some shit still paper and pencil, and I ain't mad at it. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, people got to get with the times now. Elderly population, you know, sometimes we may need to bend the rules for them. Some people that may have, you know, intellectual disabilities, we would definitely bend the rules for them. We can definitely accommodate them. But these able-bodied grown people, hit the link, baby, or find somebody else. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel about it, y'all. Now, that's my personal opinion. I don't be liking to put my personal opinion on a lot of stuff, but that's just my own personal opinion, okay? Like, I want self-sufficient clients. I want clients that understand and embrace the process. I want clients that don't mind about it. Because if I'm investing my money in it, if I'm putting my time into it, building it out, making sure it's done on these Zooms every day, trying to figure out the best process for you, and you just shit on it and go all the way around it, what am I doing it for? You understand what I'm saying? So that's my process behind it, okay? No client run my business. Period. Find somebody else to play with. So those are the those are the different methods of intake. And I should have put this on here, but I know a lot of us use bank products, but I be forgetting about the girls that stand on business and get their payments up front and that don't got the bank product community. That payment could definitely be a process in there, like collecting that payment. Because shout out to some of the girls, baby. Some of the girls do not budge until the coin is on the table. I love that for y'all. Y'all some bad bitches. On God. Like, for real. Some of y'all don't move into that corner of the table. Like, I love that for y'all. Let me clap my hands for y'all, because literally I be seeing that going on. Like, I love my bank product clientele, but some of y'all don't move into the corners on the table. So shout out to y'all, for real. Now, some of the simple processes based on the method of intake. First of all, it could be an online intake using a CRM, which is becoming more and more popular. As you know, CRMs and all these different things are trending. They're on trend right now. Just like mentorship and coaching, that's on trend. Who's to say that shit might not be on trend next year or the year after that? Because anytime that things come on trend, there's always going to be things that kind of bring it out of trend. You know what I'm saying? Even though some stuff has longevity, but everything just ain't for everybody. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? I have been in this industry for a decade, and it's what I'm talking about. It's like a completely different industry from when I started, and it's mostly good, like 75% good. Some of the shit is terrible, but for the most part, workflows are way better. Systems are way better. Hell, even the software is better. Okay. So things have to change, and sometimes the change is good. We have to embrace change. Like, I'm always looking at what's next. What's next? How can I make this better? How can I make this? What is the people that is bringing this stuff to us, what are they doing? Because those are the ones, like, the trends are already set for next year. It just be trickling. By the time we get it be trickling on down and they on to something else. So there's nothing wrong with CRMs. Like, if honestly, I feel like that is something that may be here to stay. I really do feel, because it's been like that before, but I feel like it's something that really is going to be here to stay. And if you're not a person that is resistant, or if you're a person that's resistant to change, you may want to kind of open up your mind. I'll say that. I'm not saying to go buy this, to go buy that, but I just did a demo of a CRM. This kind of off topic, but I just did a demo of a CRM that integrates directly with TaxSlayer. I did it yesterday, and it just damn near, I had to just pray about it for real, because I'm like, Lord, I done built my shit. I'm not gonna switch nothing. But next year, that's all I'm gonna say, okay? Because it integrates directly with TaxSlayer, and I would say that this is something that is with, and it's Black owned. Shit, I feel like that's something that is way, way more efficient, especially for my goal. I got a goal of 1,000 clients, and the things that the system does, it kind of eliminates the need for me to pay somebody to do. Like, I got 2 people that I paid to do this service, and it sucks for them, but it is what it is. So the system is called SmartWiz, y'all. I ain't no gatekeeper. So intake process is using the data collection app, whether through JotForm or Cognito is like the most common. Y'all know we love us a good JotForm. We love us a good Cognito form. They about wasn't what for me. Actually, y'all, I feel like I had kind of slapped them people in the face, because they featured me on their site and everything. They sponsored one of my events one time. And I just was like, fuck them, and I went with JotForm. But I mean, they just be up. JotForm got better features, you know. So, and I wasn't on no damn non-competing nothing, or I ain't signed no partnership contract or anything. But yeah, I was Cognito form. That's what I was using before JotForm made those major improvements or whatever. In person or drop off via paper or intake. Via paper intake. So that means like a person comes in and say, hey, I saw your sign outside, I'm gonna get my taxes filed. Or if you got one of these lovely in-person physical tax offices, they got a lot of traffic, foot traffic, y'all in a good location. Somebody said, damn, I could drive by this place every day. Let me go see what they talk about. And they come in there and they doing the stuff paper, or the same way, they find you and you're doing it electronically. So those are like the most common ones that I see. So we're gonna go over each one of them. Tax Nitro also integrates the TaxSlayer. I heard about that too, but I've never used Tax Nitro before. Go High Level just kind of it stressed me out. And I consider myself to be a techie girl. I just ain't got that type of tech in me. I'm sorry. Like, that's just me though. Like, I just don't got that type of tech in me. So online intake, using a CRM, now I will say this, and I know it's kind of off topic for real, but I do feel like Tax Nitro is good for, like, I would say it's good for the ones that really want to, like, market to. It's like it's a real all-in-one type of thing. Because I like the fact it got that phone. I like the fact it got the what you call it, like the you can do your social media and stuff from there. You can run your ads from there. I love it. I love the aspect of it. Me personally, it's just like it's too much for basic stuff. That's just my own personal opinion on it. And because I don't really do that yet for my tax office, now I do it more so for like my software. But then when I looked at it, I'm like, okay, well, it's integrating with the software. I wouldn't need it for tax prep. So that's where I'm like, it was drawing a roadblock for me and I couldn't grasp it. If I can't grasp it in my mind and I can see it, I'm very visual. Like, I be having poster boards everywhere. If I can't visually see it, and that's where I was running a roadblock into. That's it, because I'm looking at it. I don't know if you can do digital products. It just wasn't working for me when I was looking at it. But I see how some people are running it, and shout out to y'all, baby. Y'all doing the damn thing with their Tax Nitro. I just couldn't see it. I just couldn't damn see it, okay? So, going, let me go through the comment. It's great for front end, not so much for the back end. That's why I'm pairing it too. Okay? Because listen, Tax Nitro had me in a chokehold. It's a lot. Yeah, great for funnels and stuff. I love that part about it. And those ads and stuff. I love that part about it. And I actually got like this. I'm always buying some shit, but I actually got this subscription for Go High Level like funnels and stuff. It's not really Go High Level. It's another system. I can't even think of what it's called, but it's used on Go High Level. And the way they got it set up, like, it's a lot of different automated funnels and all that stuff. So I feel like it's good for like you know, that type of thing. But tax offices, I just couldn't hack it. I couldn't hack it. I couldn't see it. I could not visually see it for a bank product office. I just couldn't see it. Online intake using a CRM. So this is kind of like a sample. As you'll see, these are kind of sample, little easy workflows that y'all can like snapshot, and you can kind of use these to build your own. So if you're using a CRM, so the first thing that a client may do is like receive an email invitation. Maybe they saw your advertisement, right? And you click the link and said, hey, on board today, or not on board, but file your taxes today. They on your page, they see file your tax, they click that link, boom. They may self-enroll, go ahead and create their portal, or they may get that email invitation from doing like a kickoff form if you use Sweet Dash. What the other ones, whatever y'all verbiage is over there on Tax Nitro. Maybe they have to click a lead magnet. I don't know what they look like, but I know for Sweet Dash, because that's the one I'm primarily, you know, talking about. So I'm gonna just speak on that moving forward. But maybe they can do it through a kickoff form, and now it puts them into the system. They have to make their portal, or they'll self-enroll. Some CRMs allow you to do that. Like you just say, hey, create a login over here. I know TaxDome, I think you do have to do that first. Like they create their login and then they engage in the actual intake process. So whatever your CRM does, they're going to have to click some type of link or go to some type of app, download it or whatever to be able to start that onboarding process. Then they complete their intake with all that personal, that financial information. You're going to put everything that you need as much as you can as possible. That's one of the best practices on the other slide. Like as best as you can, you need to get as much information as you can, okay? Because the more information that you get, the less you'll have to go with that back and forth. I see sometimes like when I'm looking at intake forms, and after we get off of here, it's a post that I'm gonna post in there to where we can look at your intake form if you don't mind, and I can kind of like go through it and see what maybe needs a tweaking or stuff like that. Because sometimes I look at people intake form and I'm like, I know damn well they having a hard time because it's really not a lot. And I ain't gonna say hard time, but they're probably not as efficient in their workflow, because if you're not getting all the relevant information right then and there while you got somebody locked in, ready to file, and even then, because sometimes just imagine, like it's just like you pushing a return through and they say I'm gonna bring it back. What's the likelihood of them bringing it back? And the more times you got to go with the back and forth, the less likely they are to file. They're just from my experience, right? Because at the end of the day, I had an intake form a couple years ago. They only had like certain information. Didn't I have everything I needed? Because I'm like, okay, I could just get that from them on the email, or I could just, you know, whatever I need, I just get it back from them. And it also made my process way longer than it needed to be. Okay, it made that shit so long to the point where it's like I might well just call you and you just send me the stuff. I might well just call you and tell you what it is, right? Because it was just too much. I was needing to get this, get that. So make sure it has everything that you need. Clients can, you know, securely upload their documents right through their portal. Some people depend on your portal, whatever their way is. Some people do it through intake, or some people just say, hey, here's a list of to-do documents. I need this, I need that. The good thing that I do like about CRMs is that a lot of the information can be stored right there. So like your intake form don't have to be long, because like for me with my system, they don't have to give me their address and all that stuff. They can update that directly from their portal at any time in the year. And I'm encouraging them moving forward this year. This is my first year using it. So I'm encouraging them. If your phone number changes, if your email changes, if your address changes, put it in the system. Go ahead and update your information. Okay, like go ahead and update that part. So I don't need, even their dependents is already in their system. So you don't need, if your ID expired, go ahead and update that. So really all I need from you, all my intake for returning clients will be, all I need is your situations for this year. I don't need none of the other basic information because I already got it. Okay. The system, a lot of the systems, you know, send out those reminders if something is missing, like if you got a checklist type of thing, if you're using Sweet Dash, or I think a lot of the like TaxDome. I don't know about y'all too much because that was another one that just went all above my head. But whatever that system is to tell them something is incomplete, usually with a CRM, it automatically does it without the person like you having to interfere with it, without you having to use your own intervention. And then once they submit it, you know, they'll automatically get a client a confirmation to send it to the client, like, hey, we received it, here's my time frame. Pretty much all of them do that, but obviously, you know, CRM do it as well. And then you're going to review it and you're going to see everything that's needed. And if you got a CRM, chances are there really isn't nothing that's needed outside of, you know, maybe, oh, they Then they snapped a bad picture, it's dark or it's blurry. That happens. Like, we can't control that. As much as we want to automate everything, we can't control bad pictures. We can't control them uploading their big toe instead of them uploading a W-2. We can't control that. So as much as we can. So what is the difference between the TaxSlam Pro app? Oh, period. Yep, that she said it best. Period. It's very basic, and they have to do it every year. That's the thing that I hate. Like, if they got that portal and they're able to get all of their documents and all of that stuff, and it stays the same, that login stays the same, that would be dope. But unfortunately, they just don't got that capability. So every year they got to change it, and it's very basic. You don't even get all the information that you need. You don't get all of it. If you're gonna be using like a data collection app like Jotform or Cognito, I've seen people do Google Forms too, and they make them look really pretty. But the way these people doing these Jotforms and these Cognito forms, baby, y'all so creative, and it just be making my heart smile because I done seen some badass Jotforms. I done seen some good Cognito forms too. Like, Cognito actually have like workflow options. I have not used them a lot to even like these recent years to even see and know what they're doing, or what, not gonna say know what they're doing, but to like know how to use it. I'll say that I haven't used them in a long time, but Jotform is, I love theirs. I really love theirs, and it gives you an opportunity to be very creative, but it's user friendly. It's beginner friendly. I feel like anybody can learn Jotform. Anybody that do taxes can learn Jotform. That's what I feel. That's at the most basic functions. I feel like you can do it. So with Jotform or Cognito forms, you're gonna get that link. Every form has a direct link, and you can send it to them on email or text or on social media, whatever it's gonna be. However you're gonna be promoting that link to them. Now, a lot of people, myself included, when I was using Jotform, I still do got it for this year. Like, anybody that still, I got clients still coming in. I have a domain link, and it got like my domain, and it goes straight to my Jotform, right? Instead of me just putting that long Jotform dot, I just put my direct link for my website. So that was my quote unquote website directly hosted on Jotform. Okay. They're gonna complete that intake form on their device, and a lot of the Jotforms and the Cognito forms, a lot of them are now having a lot of them they've been having it, but a lot of more people are using conditional logic, and basically that means that if they're not self-employed, they're not gonna be seeing self-employed information. If they don't have dependents, they shouldn't be seeing nothing to say, hey, upload your dependents. The less information, we gotta also think about, y'all. We are in a society, it's like we're in a microwave society. Everybody want instant gratification. Everybody want to be able to easily just go from one slide to the next. And also, I be seeing people with very long intake forms, and they're just very, very long. Regardless of if they conditional a lot, they are very long. Instead of like just command everything in one spot, I've seen some be like 27 pages, and I ain't even lying to y'all. Like, on God, like I had saw one that was like 27 pages, and it was just, I could tell that the person was just like combining everything, and I don't know what it was, y'all. I can't even make it up, but it was a lot. And if I'm being just as honest as I can be, I wouldn't have even went through that process, because if I gotta go through all it and click all these questions and yes or no, I'm gonna just go to TurboTax. They're just the goddamn truth, because I send out surveys to my clients. Like, I be wanting to know. I don't want to just do stuff just because what I feel like is right or what I feel like they need. I be wanting to know. Like, the ones that fell off, or even the one anybody that clicked my link and didn't find. If I got your email address, I'ma send that survey. I want to know what was about it. And a couple of people did tell me like 2 years ago that my intake process was just too long, too many questions, too much information, and I had to reevaluate and look at it, because I'm like, okay, some of these questions are kind of redundant. Because if you got a dependent, like I know one of the ones was, I asked them, did they have a dependent, right? Upload your dependent information. Then they asked them about how many dependents do you have? And it's like, if you uploading it, I can clearly see that you got 3. You get what I'm saying? So how many dependents do you have? How long did they live with you? Even though some of those questions need to be asked, it still can be condensed into a table format, or it still could be condensed into something that's not so long and robust. And it could just be something as simple as, I'm gonna get the information, and if I'm sending you a quote, or if I'm contacting you, whatever, I can get that information then. But all those long drawn out questions that you can really condense, you got to make sure that you're doing that effectively. Even though I know, like, I know it kind of go against everything I said. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it right, or we making our clients do it. But just put yourself in their shoes. Would you sit here and answer all this stuff, right? Like, how long did it take you to complete it? Did it take you more than 30, 45 minutes? How long are some of those questions that you make it required could really be optional? So put yourself in their shoe. That's why I told y'all one of the homeworks is to go through your actual process that you have, whatever intake form you have, whatever one you're going to be solidifying for this season, go through it. Record yourself doing it. How seamless is it? Are you running into errors? Are you running into things that probably should not be there? So do that part. I'm starting out, I only have 30. Starting out, and I have 34 clients. With a CRM be needed? To be honest, it just depends on if that's something that you're willing to invest into, or what are you going to be doing, like scaling moving forward. Because I used Jotform last year. I had 700 something. I had more than on board. I think I had like 8 something in on board, but all of them didn't actually be a client. But I did 700 returns straight through Jotform. Like, I didn't have a CRM until this year. Like, going toward this season, every time I use a CRM, it was for like, I use it for this type of business, like with my tax prepares, like dealing with y'all, dealing with my team. That's what I use the CRM for. But this year, I am using the CRM for my tax clients, and I started building it last year. That's about how long it took me to build it this year, like a whole year to get it how I want it to be. But again, I did everything through Jotform, so it can be done. But it was a hell of an investment to invest. Even though I bought it with a lifetime and I got it on the sale, still it was an investment because I invested time, a whole shitload of it too. So it just depends on how much you're willing to invest, how much you are willing to learn it, because that's a whole nother system. And are you techie? Like, are you gonna take the time, especially now we're in October, are you gonna take the time to learn it? And then if you got a team, are you gonna take the time to teach your team? So that be the disconnect that I be seeing with a lot of these systems. Now, some of them very easy to learn. Like, I ain't gonna even hold it. Some of them easy to learn when they're already built out. Some of them have, like, support and all those different things. But you just gotta do what works for you. And sometimes these systems, don't be for everybody. They don't really be for everybody. Definitely agree. A super long intake form can hurt. Also, I learned in a market seminar. Yup, their attention span be short as hell. Baby, I got ADHD real bad. I know mine do. I got so many unopened so many tabs on my phone. Jotform goes to CRM. Ooh, y'all. Yeah, thank you, Jasmine. Like, girl, you be coming through because, baby, I done missed all these damn questions. Client, yeah, so they complete the form. They can upload all their documents. You can get that thing. If you was on Suge Jotform training, the bitch blew my mind. I'm telling you, like, all those different emails that you're able to send, all those different things that you're able to automate, integrate. You can do it straight through Jotform. I think Cognitoform has a couple of workflow features as well. They do have workflow features as well. I don't know if they have implemented everything that they said they're gonna do this year, but I do know that they have the option for you to create a quote unquote workflow. And then you can once you get all the information from the app, then you're able to start that process of filing the tax return. So that intake process can be done just straight through a form. And that's is what, like, the most common thing that people have been doing for the last couple of years. Like I said, this stuff kind of struck a nerve during COVID when you couldn't do this in person, right? So this part was basically eliminated for a whole season. People had to come up with other stuff to do and other things to get all the information that they needed. So we were kind of forced to automate. We were forced to not even automate, but we were forced to create a digital workflow. And I feel like that was the best thing that could have happened for a lot of businesses, because a lot of us still were virtual. We just didn't know. We were just doing it so wrong. I ain't gonna say wrong, but we were doing it to the best of our ability. Now that COVID that's why we're now on trend. That's why we see these CRMs trending. We see these different systems like Jotform and all this stuff trending, because if you were there doing COVID, let me know right now. Y'all remember people saying, we gotta go virtual. We gotta go virtual. That was the thing. That was the term. We gotta go virtual. Now, virtual is the thing. Like, that's the thing. People are, even some folks had physical tax offices, they closed the thing down and ain't open them back because they was able to go virtual and do what they need to do. So that was the term. So now we're trending. Now what the trend is to just make those virtual processes better and more automated. So that's what we are now. Now the intake form on paper. Shout out to my girls that use paper. Y'all let me know where y'all live. There ain't nothing wrong with that paper, because listen, it took me, I think the last time I did with paper was like 2020. And I didn't want to let it go. I swear, like, I'm a paper girl. I like to write. I like to see it. I like to be able to, look at it and stuff. But baby, that paper, it be a lot. But I'm just still a paper girl. I love paper, but I just now, like I said, 2020 was when I just had to just kick the paper to the fucking curb. Like I had paper for my clients, I had paper for my preparers. It was just too much. It was just team too much. But doing that in person, I would never knock it for nobody, because at the end of the day, like those client folders, if you ever have an audit, here, don't go get in my system, all this little messy system and stuff everywhere. I couldn't even begin to tell you how to even get these client files, or I don't want you all in my software, and all that stuff. If you ever get out of here, go pull that client file. Especially, this is more so for like in-person offices. You get what I'm saying? Like, go on over here, get in my file cabinet, pull it out, decline the folder right there. Some of the visual people have to look at it, like literally be able to see it. Here's a checkoff form. Here's this. Here go my checklist. You got this or you got that. Boom, that file is closed. Like, I literally talked to somebody. Shout out to my girl. I don't know if she want me to call her name, but shout out to my girl. We did a full breakdown, and she was telling me how she ran her office, and I'm like, damn, it was making me kind of excited, because I'm like, people still use paper. Like, it's very rare where I see people that still use paper, but I just loved how her process was her process. It was her process. And it worked for her. She had a system. She had folders for each one of the clients and each one of the preparers in her office. She had like little baskets. When they wanted a file need to be reviewed, she put it in the basket. If something was missing, it go in that basket. So they knew what this system was. If your stuff was complete, then the person that filed it. And it worked for that in-person office. So I would never not that process. Okay, thank you. Oh, I ain't know refund advantage was on Zoom. Is it at 1? Oh, it's 12. Oh shoot. Okay, let me hurry this up because I need to get on it too. So the intake appointment, like I said, in person is for you can do it on paper, you can collect the documents, you go over everything and then create that physical file folder and put it in there. So that is like for in person. How many of y'all got in-person tax offices? How many of y'all got physical tax office and you're still doing paper forms? Shout out to y'all for real, because that'd be a lot. But I love that process. It was very like sleek or whatever. Period. Come on now. With my paper pushers. Paper pushers touch paper. Everybody I know that still got paper files, they touch some money. Oh God. Like, I don't know what it is, but I need to get my damn paper back. Because that was the year that I made my M. Let me go back and get my damn paper files. You damn fucking right. You damn fucking right. I'm finna go back and get my paper, baby. I'm finna go back and get my paper. Okay, then, yeah, I definitely, if y'all gonna finna hop on Refund Advantage, I'll see y'all over there in a minute. I'm gonna close this on out because I definitely need to be over there. So the in-person with electronic, these are for the girls that still got in-person, but and the men. I'm sorry, because we got a lot of men coming through. So for all the preparers with electronic intake, that's just if you come to my office, here's your iPad or here that QR code. Here go my some people got stuff that's like on a touch screen. Like I saw one of those, the big screens. I saw that was really nice in one of the tax offices here. Yeah, so it's depending on how you want to do it. If you have a physical tax office and you need iPads, I'm gonna drop it in the group. They got some that's $75, $80. They're refurbished, but they work. My daughter be burning hers up. It's dead now. They charged up before she get out of school. So that's a very nice investment for your office, where if they coming in there, you can have multiple iPads. You sit in your car, and then we will let you know when it's your turn. We'll send you a text, or we'll it's like what I saw. I helped this girl with her job form. So when she was like, I'll be having people coming in there, I just want them to all do the job form. I don't want to keep no paper files. So what I told her to do is create an approval flow on on her job form, to where once she is ready for them, like once they come in there, boom, get the tablet. And y'all know with the job form app, you can do a kiosk mode. So that's all they'll see on the tablet or on the iPad. So you'll put it in the kiosk mode. They won't be able to go anywhere else to do anything on the tablet. So as they're coming in, they're submitting that document, she know that, once it's done, it'll come to her computer, or whoever in the office is coming to the computer, like, hey, this person has done that intake form, right? So if it's 6 people sitting there at a time and you telling them we're going to let you know when it's your time, as you're going through that list, whoever submitted that form first, boom, you approve it. Then they'll automatically get that email. And if you set it up to send text too, it'll automatically get that email like, hey, we got it's now time for you to come to the desk, the front desk, to get your taxes filed. So that's an easy way for you to keep up with it. Just create an approval flow. And all you have to do once you approve it, let them know. And then if you deny it, say, hey, you need to submit this form again. You're missing something, or come to the desk. We're not ready to file, but go to the receptionist so you will know what we're missing from you and submit it again. So that's a great way for y'all to keep up with that without having to buy a whole nother like ticketing system and all of that. So that's a good way for you to do it. And you can send out emails through the job form, and also, just like Suge showed y'all, like send out those emails throughout the process. Once they leave your office, you can still keep sending out those emails. So a few best practices is, damn, my slide got cut off. How the hell that happened? Creating a smooth intake process with those required fields, like making that mandatory stuff required: name, phone, email, social security number, all the stuff that you cannot move forward without filing. Like, you can get another W-2 if it's kind of janky, or they can't. When I say janky, I mean you can't see it or it's blurry. You can get that, but you can't file without that social. You need to type that social. You can't file without that signature on that job form with your engagement letter. You really shouldn't file without that. So whatever needs to be required, put a requirement on there to where they cannot move forward until they put their required information. Now, anything that's like geared towards them that may be like optional that they don't know. For example, the credits. Did you qualify for this? Did you qualify for that? They probably don't know, because some people actually list their credits on there. Me personally, I have it like, did you attend school? Did you invest into this or whatever? And it's optional, because if they didn't invest to it, they don't need to be clicking no. They only click what is relevant to them. So that part is there. And it's just something that, makes their process go by smoother, because I don't have to hit no for everything if it don't apply to me. I only would select what does apply to me. Conditional logic. Like I said, make it conditional, so they want to see the things it's not relevant to them. Also, on their referrals, make sure that you have a spot on there for referrals if you're going to be doing a referral system. That was one of the other slides. I don't know how I got cut off. But on referral system, make sure that you have a spot for that. If you're going to be collecting payments, make sure some people put the payments right there on their forms. They collect their payment before it's made. What's another thing that you need to put? Oh, another thing that you need to put on there is put your engagement letter on there. You can put it right through the job form at the end. Some people put it at the beginning before they even collect the information. They have that full letter of engagement. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I put mine at the end. But there's no right or wrong way to do that process. Okay. Now, your automated the referral system. So the only thing with, I didn't do it last year, but the way I got it this year is because I'm using SweetDash, all of the referral agents will get their own landing page and their own version of their own clone form of my intake form. So they don't get the information. Like, it still comes to my CRM, but I got like, how many referral agents I have? If I got 10, I'm gonna have 10 intake forms. And all the referral agents will have like their picture on there if they want it, like, hey, a part of agent of such and such or whatever, or it could just be a clone of my website or my intake form, right? And it could be a clone of that, and they just have their own landing page. So it might say Jasmine my domain.com or whatever the case may be, and everybody can keep a track of everybody that I filed or everybody that came in, and also everybody that I filed through that referral. Now, some people use like actual referral links, like Referral Rock, Referral Candy. I just couldn't grasp my mind around how to make that work. Especially since it's not like I just couldn't. It's not like an e-commerce type of thing. But I guess for people that don't do bank products, maybe that'll work for them. But that's my process. I didn't make the payments. Hell no. Nope. I couldn't even figure that out. I couldn't even figure it. But I guess like some of the other systems, they will do it like through PayPal and all that. But I couldn't even figure that out. I just read a Cash App and just going about my day. I already just Cash App them, but that was my process. Cause they be wanting that Cash App immigration word. Immigration. Okay, immigration. Yep. So okay, y'all homework. Oh, here you go. I guess it was duplicated. So done is better than perfect. Get it done. If you have a referral process using the intake, and be sure to include that engagement letter in any of the clauses or those disclosures in the intake and not after. So your homework for today, let me stop my screen real quick. So your homework for today is, I want you to use that same workbook and map out your workflow, map out the intake process of the workflow. What are you going to use? I know it's still kind of early on. Some people don't know what systems they're going to use. But me personally, if you can do a demo, if you don't have to invest into something to use it, i.e. Jotform, i.e. Cognito, start there. Like I will always refer people to start there. I feel like that's the basic of the basic. I could teach my daughter how to use Jotform. She's 11. You get what I'm saying? So I will start there. Try to see like how that will work for you. Use one of the and if you're like y'all know every time for the ones that show up. So I'm gonna give you a full, I just built it out this morning, a full basic intake form on Cognito form and on Jotform. So I'm gonna give that to you. It has a few conditional logic in there. It ain't all pretty and stuff. It's just a regular form. Now you're gonna have to do the branding and all that on your own, but it's just a regular form. So you can use that for these is for the ones that do not know what you're gonna use here. Okay. So just go to Jotform. You don't have to pay for it. You can get that free version that gives you 5 forms. So I'm going to give you a form. And you're going to look at it and you're going to simulate it just to see like what that looks like for you. This is the home for the homework for the ones that don't use the system at all. You're going to look at that form. You're going to see how that will work for your client. And then you're also going to look on the inside of the Jotform, inside of the Cognito form, and see how you're able to pull that information down. Get with Shug to get that replay from her. I think it's $75, and she also got another class in October. If you feel like Jotform is something that may be good for you, and then you can go to her for either your build out or also for your to try to look at it and see the more advanced features. So do the branding of it all, because like I said, it's just an empty form. So the branding of it all, how to make it pretty, how to make those apps. Like I'm not gonna reinvent the wheel, baby. She already got the system there. We'll be wasting each other's time if I sit here and go through it again. So do that, and that'll be your step. Cognito form is a little different because I already got no Cognito person right now that I can call on, but as the group, grows, maybe we'll find somebody that can like be that point of contact for Cognito. But just go there and see if it works best for you too, and see if that'll, be good for you. That's your job for the ones that don't have it. We're gonna start there. I don't want nobody to go start jumping getting those CRMs. Now, the next part of the homework is to, if you already have your system, if you know you're gonna use Jotform, if you know whatever that's gonna be, I want you to record yourself from beginning to end, but you're going to break it up in segments. The first thing is going to be landing page, like whatever process, however many ways that they can go into your system. Click the link, and I want you to do the actual thing from the client side. So that means like doing the actual tax return as if you are the client. Upload the documents. You can use those mock documents that I gave y'all. Upload them, do it, sign it, and then stop the recording there, and you're going to save that. You're going to put it in a folder, Google Drive if you got Google, if you're using it on your computer or whatever. You're going to record that process. Once you record it, save it into that file folder. That's going to be your SOP. That's going to be your SOP folder. So anyway, anytime that you need to go and hire a VA, or if you're going to go and you need some help from somebody, maybe you got a niece, a child, a nephew, whoever it's going to be, you could just go straight to that folder. That's the reason why I said Google folder, is because you could just send that link and share it, especially for VAs. Share that folder with them, or share that drive with them, or whatever it's gonna be. Then the next step, you're gonna go from your side of the sauce of Jotform or Cognito form or your CRM, and you're gonna go from the time that the client submits it, what that process looks like from you taking the information, looking at it, talk to it too, like do a voiceover, talk to it, and let them know like this is what happens. This is how I look to see if they have everything. I'm checking the W-2s to see if I can see it. I'm checking the ID to see if it is not expired. I'm checking the W-2s to make sure that those W-2s are not the prior tax year and it's the current year. I'm checking to make sure that these separate things, all these different things. You're gonna go through that. You're gonna do it from beginning to end, from what it looks like up into the process of you putting the stuff into the software. So you're going to go through that system, show how you pull it down. If you export it somewhere, like some people put it in the software, if you're going to export it somewhere, that needs to be put there. So you're going to go from that part all the way up until you putting them into the software. And then you're going to cut that down. You're going to download that, and you're going to put it in the folder. So once you're done with that, you're going to screenshot the folder. You ain't gotta screenshot the videos or whatever, but you're gonna screenshot this photo with both of those videos in there. You're gonna post in the group. So that's how you're gonna get your credit for this week. And I've been keeping up with it. I've been keeping up a tally. Okay, of everybody that's been posting. You've been put on the spreadsheet with the leaderboard. Okay, so that's your homework for the week. Either you get started for the ones that's just getting started. Like if you don't know what system you're gonna use, try that job form out. Try that Cognito format, and I want you to screenshot when you make that account for either one of them, both of them, either one of them, and I want you to screenshot when you actually complete that task, saying, "Hey, I tried those forms out, and either this the one I'm gonna go with, or I'm still undecided." It don't matter because next week is when we're actually gonna go through some of these different systems. Okay, so that's your job for the week. This is I don't got nothing up there. I don't got nothing up there yet. So that's the homework for the week. Y'all got it, and y'all know I'm gonna post in the group as well. I know I'm gonna post in the group as well. And I got some stuff up. Like I said, I'm gonna give y'all the forms to use that you can use for the homework. And I got another freebie that I'm gonna give y'all as well. That kind of shows y'all my process. So I did this before I gave y'all this homework. I did this so y'all can see like what y'all get a sneak peek of what my system look like. So everybody that got on here, even though now I'm gonna say this too, proceed with caution. Don't look at it be like, oh my god, Raven is so good, I need that. No, stay true to your stuff. Okay, I just want to show you mine. All right, because I'm not bending out for nobody. This is just this is what I did for me. Okay, all right, we cool. All right, y'all, so get off here because I gotta get on this other Zoom. All right, so if you're welcome. If you want to get on Refund Advantage, y'all make sure y'all go log on their stuff. It's called Refund RA Talks, and I'll see y'all at the next one. You're welcome.